Not sure who's appropriate at this point in the story. I mean, obviously Agate and Tita are appropriate, but, like, that's not the way to Nebel Valley. But, I'm gonna make a safety save. Just freaked out running after a dragon, so I'm just gonna make one here. Right, sorry. Tita and Agate are obviously appropriate for this mission, and that's why they're forced members of the party. That is Hawken Gate. That's right, so Nebel Valley is quite a bit further. That's right, I remember now. When we were doing that monster hunt in Nebel Valley, we had to wander this road for a good long while before we got to where we need to be. Hey, it helped to build up CP before that Fate Spinner fight, so I'll just do that with a couple fights on the way through here as well. You know, it doesn't hurt. CP growths don't seem to scale based on, like, your level versus the enemy, so, like, which, you know, fighting easy enemies will be quick build-up. Although I suppose easy enemies you can hit less. So that means that less CP build-up against easy enemies. Oh boy, another petrifying enemy. I'm hoping... Alright, yeah, that'll do it. I was like, I don't need to worry about rezzing Chloe there. But that dingus could have gone after Chloe, and that would have sucked, so... Yeah. But thankfully, no. Ooh, I should make another... Hold on. Let's make one pepper potage to replace the one I used. I did use one in that fight, right? Because Estelle got KO'd. Yep. Alright, I'm gonna make that. Lovely potage. Ooh, no, we're not gonna fight Wisdom. Those guys are too tough. Those are like mini-bosses just wandering around here as proper encounters. Right, so yeah, so I don't know who would be appropriate for this adventure outside of these two who already are forced party members. I guess the Arsail thing kind of connects to Chloe, so in that sense, Chloe makes sense to be on this adventure. Otherwise, like, no one's really, like, super tied to that dragon, plot-wise. All I'm saying is I think with Chloe we will get possibly some, like, interesting, like, extra dialogue, so I think she's the best choice, although I would have taken her anyway, because I'm just kind of going with leveling up the lowest level characters, picking them out from that lineup, so yeah, it could have been her or Zin, basically, depending on how they were ordered there. Right, I just now remembered. We're supposed to find a guy who lives in a cabin here, I think, because that guy's going to be able to advise us on how to catch up with the dragon. Like, that's who Agate knows. That's our lead. Right. We're going to talk about that here, I'm sure. Okay, then. First, we need to visit that little hut on the eastern side of the valley, right?
Yeah, let's hurry.
Alright, we didn't talk about that very much. Alright, cool. Eastern side means we take the eastern flank, which makes sense. Last time we were here, we took the western side. That seemed to be a bunch of dead ends, I think. Like, it seemed to me like I explored every branch there, although it is hard to keep track with how labyrinthine these precarious trails on these cliffs are. So it might be that there's a path there as well forward, but I think I just kind of explored everything and we encountered the ghost epitaph. Oh, wow, that transferred real quick. But thankfully the game itself is like, we want to go to the east, so we'll try to go there. Man, so interesting, like this, foresightedness coming out in this series, you know?
Should have done that.
I mean, the whole, like, Agate and Misha, that thing being set up already in first chapter, I'm not shocked. Because they obviously wrote the whole plot. This is a case where I'm pretty sure they had the plot figured out for both games before making the games. This is not like making it up as they went along, which I'm pretty sure happens with some media that tries to tout itself as planned all along. I don't think that's the case with the two Trails games. I don't know about the third one, because I've heard that's like a wacky little epilogue follow-up thingy, so, yeah. Darn, I don't want to use that when these two guys are about to die, so, just, yeah. But like, yeah, so they probably set up the Agate and Misha thing. They knew that's what they wanted to do with the plot in this game. But it's also like setting up these locations already in first chapter that then like only become relevant in second chapter. Like this cabin.
We did it!
This cabin in the valley only coming up now, you know, like I just kind of figured it was a random thing, you know, in the valley when we played first chapter. So it's like really neat that it's now come up as a non-random thing, a story bit. Oh, wait, I think I see the cabin right there. Okay, hold on. Save a little bit of time here. Up there on the hill. I think widescreen mode actually saved you there. Like, I'm not sure that would be visible on 4x3. Oh, yeah. There's other stuff, because, like, I'm pretty sure, like, the old school building behind Genis Royal Academy was already marked on the map, and was, like, you know, the trail was there already in first chapter, but of course we only ran there to see it from outside briefly. Oh, shoot, never mind. There is no path up there from here. Okay. Well, I'm gonna explore this way, because this seems likelier to wrap around there from here. Okay, never mind, yep. That's exactly how it worked. Something hidden back here. I remember you got a weird recipe for something in this building, which was creepily abandoned when we came here in first chapter. But, I can't remember. I guess it was indoors. But, yeah, let's go. So yeah, it's just cool. It's just cool to like be like, oh, cool, this thing was set up a while ago and it's paying off. Whether it's plot or, you know, locales and gameplay stuff and everything. Eh? Well, this feels way more cozier and less like creepy, like, serial killer stuff going on. Now with the music and this guy here like this. Reminds me of that hut in the Northern Glacier in FF7. Sorry, Final Fantasy VII spoilers, I don't think that's been in the remake yet. But, like, there's a similar hut in a similarly remote place. Even more remote and hostile in Final Fantasy VII. And the same vibes when you finally get there. After a long streak of, like, being in some harsh elements, it felt really cozy to get to that place. I really remember fondly just like little moments like that. I'm feeling the same here. Who are you, Sprouts? Sorry to bother you, sir. Pardon us, sir. We're from the Bracer Guild. Yes, I can see that. And I suppose I know this red-haired brat who's standing over here, too.
Who you still calling a brat, you old fossil? No, really. Good to see you, Wemler. You holding up okay out here?
I'm doing well enough to be able to keep up with you kids, that's for sure. More importantly, what brings you out here? Seems like you kids are filled with purpose. Yes, we are, sir. Actually. Estelle explained about the dragon attacks around the region, and how it disappeared into the northwest part of the valley, which Wemler has been blissfully unaware of, because he's a super hermit, remote, out of the way everywhere, I guess, I don't know. Does he get news all the way out here? Oh, I see. Explains all the noise a little while ago, at least.
Hey, old-timer. You used to say you've been to the northwest, right? If you don't mind, we'd like to know what route you used.
Absolutely not. Okay, that's not what I expected. Huh?
The hell? Why not?
Let me ask you kids one question. Once you find that dragon, what are you going to do? It seems like it's being controlled, so we don't really want to slay it.
But if it keeps causing trouble even after we break the gospel, we'll have to. Can't let it hurt people no matter what.
Goodness, children today know nothing. You kids are treating that dragon as if it's just a big monster. Wemler probably, Wemler's encountered this creature, probably, I'm guessing, and the place the dragon fled to, it's probably its nest or something. And that's in the Northwest, and Wemler knows all about it. Ah, interesting.
That's no dumb beast you're hunting. That is a divine creature older than the Great Collapse.
From before the... What? You're saying it's been here for over 1,200 years?
Come on, old-timer, be serious. Sure, it might have a long lifespan, but...
No, I fear Mr. Wemler may be correct. Nice, that's cool, Chloe. Again, I thought Chloe might have something interesting to, say in this part of the story, so good stuff. There are records of sightings of dragons that go back as far as 900 years, to Liberal's founding. Apparently, they used to show themselves more often. And many of the reports are, suspiciously uniform.
Seriously?
I'm, starting to think we shouldn't have thought of it like a normal monster.
Trying to slay that creature would be nothing but suicide. So be good and leave it to the Royal Army. Honestly, most of the armies got their heads up their ends too, but maybe he could.
Huh?
Anyway, I've no desire to send young people to their graves. I'm sorry, but I can't help you.
But...
Hey, old-timer. I appreciate the concern, but you're a bit off the mark, don't you think?
Eh?
We fought a Not of Lasty.
Not of Lasty? Oh, wow, that's one of the weirdest misreads I've ever done. Sorry, everybody.
We fought a lot of nasty stuff to get this far. Intelligence Division thugs, ancient horrible machines. Nasty as they were, though, we couldn't just let them go because they were too dangerous. We put together what we had, every one of us gave it our all, and we managed to overcome them. This dragon's the same. We ain't just gonna blindly rush in, but we can't let this go either. So, please, lend us a hand. We need you.
Agate? Agate?
Finally got a bit of nobility on that ugly mug of yours, eh? Your sister'd like that.
Ooh, Wemler knows the skinny as well. Oh dear.
Well, after a speech like that, I guess I have no choice but to help, eh?
Oh? Really? Thank you, Mr. Wemler.
Don't worry about it. I'm not doing anything that big. I'll head out first and get things ready. Come find me when you're ready. I'll be at the deepest point of the western side.
Come find you?
Wait, weren't you going to tell us how to get to the northwest part of... It's going to involve a bit more than just telling you. Anyway, come as soon as you can to the west side by foot. I'll be waiting.
It's probably gonna involve setting up, ladders and ropes and stuff. That's, because I don't remember, any obvious, path you could clear, when we were on the west side, so, Wait!
Nothing for it. Like the old man said, we should get going.
Right. Deepest point of the west side of the valley, right?
Yeah. Need to keep an eye out so that we don't get lost out there.
That's true. West side was very, very, labyrinthine, as I mentioned already, so we gotta play it careful. Thankfully, I noticed this free healing bed here. Nice little base of operations in this silly little cabin. I knew a guy who had a house, you'd call it a house, not even a cabin anymore, that was set up in a crazy remote part of Lapland, and that kind of was oh, that'd be so cool to live here for extended periods, but not a very realistic thing, and obviously there's probably quite a few logistic nightmare issues to deal with if you live as remotely as this guy does, even without, real life having scary monsters to deal with. Well, actually, you know what? Hold on. Oh no, it's Agate who's acting. Never mind. I was like, why can't I pick Agate? Okay. So Estelle and Chloe. There we go. Really? We can only catch 2 with this big old chain. That's crazy. Let's not do that, actually. I'd rather catch at least 3 enemies if I'm going to do that chain move. So instead, yeah, like, this is the same diff, less CP used. Alright, oh, wow. Got that as a knockback move. Kind of didn't really need that happening. Take that guy out. Nice. Gotta remember, if we ever need to, like, clear enemies that are a little bit, like, you know, or, like, we get to knock an enemy towards another one, gotta remember that, Agate's got the goods for that. Okay, catch 2 guys in both directions. We'll do this to kill that ice pecker. Yeah! Oh my god, that comet does big damage. I gotta remember to use that more often as well. But I just, like, also like setting up comet to, like, catch 2 enemies. I really hate using it on just one guy, you know? No. Ooh, the beefiest guys.
Care for a rematch?
There we go. Is anyone about to level up? Chloe's getting pretty close, which makes sense, being the least leveled person in the team. Oh, Agate's also really close to leveling up. That's interesting. Estelle's got a bit of climbing to do. Actually, not too bad for Tita either. Alright, that's cool. Boy, I feel like I'm lost already just... Okay, never mind, there we go. Got back to this. This is the central split, so let's go this way for the western side. Well, I feel like I'm already lost, you know. Just trying to backtrack from that eastern side. Alright, kind of avoiding enemies a little bit here. Especially these big boys, and I need to do a giant foot. And I'll find this guy. Just do a little bit of... Again, look at that CP grind we're doing here, so... let's do, like, an easy basic chain. Haven't done those in ages, but, like... Ah, darn it. They're not close enough. I was hoping we could just do that. Never mind. Alright, this one. It'll knock these guys closer to each other if I go to this side. Well, they both moved, so I guess it didn't really count as knocking them both closer. Yeah, man. Actually, can I catch the... Yes, I can. Nice. Hell yeah. Oh my god, with that damage boost, Tita is hitting hard. Chloe is hitting very low damage. Now, she's always been a lower damage dealer, so might be... You know... Might be par for the course for her. Not sure. But, Ow. Oh, jeez. Okay. But it might be that I should have bought a weapon for her, actually. Now I'm not so sure. Now I might have screwed things up. Alright, now with those guys clumped up like that, now this should work out. So... Hell yeah! We're gonna get a one-hit kill. A little overkill, if I say so myself, but hey. Nice to get a quick kill for a change. Alright. Yeah, so I'm thinking maybe I should have, like, I don't remember if this is Chloe's best weapon or not right now. Rune Blade. Yeah, I can't remember what they were selling at the store, so, like, maybe Chloe is underpowered at the moment. Yeah, she's got such a huge difference in strength compared to the others. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh dear. Well, she's more of a caster anyway, as I mentioned, so if there's one character that I'm, you know, not too worried about having a drop, it's fine. Ah, okay, there was a gap here at this bridge. Well, I mean, there was no bridge here, but there was a gap, and now there's a bridge. You know, that's okay. I guess I could have noticed this when we came through here then, but I wasn't paying attention that much to notice an obvious gap like this, so alright. Didn't think to look for it. Looks like you made it.
Old-timer.
So if we cross that bridge...
Aye. Go straight across and you'll reach a rocky mountain. It's got a cave in it that'll let you climb up farther. Your dragon's over that way.
Gotcha.
We owe you, Wemmler. If that's all for you sprouts then, I'll be heading back to my hut. Mind yourself though, that cave's packed with all manner of nastiness. If things get dangerous, don't be stupid. Turn around and rest up. If you need a break, come by the hut and I'll help you out.
Thanks, Mr. Wemmler.
Well, be careful.
I'm gonna try to avoid having to backtrack to heal up because it's quite a ways to get back there, right? We'll be bumping into monsters on the way as well, so we're gonna try to survive this cave, but they certainly built it up, didn't it? This area of adventures. They're also building it up by not having any monsters on this path that is leading up. That's a little ominous. Ooh. So, this is where the dragon is.
Time to really get serious.
Wait a moment. We promised we would contact Morgan aboard the Arsail when we found the dragon, remember? Oh, that's also why it's good to have Chloe here. She did say she'd have Zeeg flying around. You know, even if she wasn't here personally, but it makes more sense for her to be here, you know, actually, with Zeeg. So, alright. Right, good point. Chloe quickly wrote a description of the situation. Zeeg, come! Nope, kind of a little warped in, but that's fine. Scree! Hello there, you. Thanks, Zeeg.
Man, that bird makes no freaking sense.
Chloe attached her note to Zeeg's leg. Alright, Zeeg, listen closely. I need you to deliver that note to Morgan and Julia aboard the Arsail. Can you do that for me? Scree! And he's off. Good stuff. Oh, that's right. Lagging there for a minute, that's so funny. Alright, now we are prepared. Okay, let's do this. Yeah!
Let's go.
Oh boy, I'm gonna make another safety save. I think that's a record. 3 safety saves in 2 episodes. What are you gonna do? It's a really scary dragon. I'm like properly spooked.
Ancient dragon's dwelling.
Oh boy. This is one of the really tough blade fangs. This is one of those guys we fought as mini bosses, you know, as part of the monster hunt. You guys are gonna be regular enemies now, huh? Ay, okay. Are the other 2 gonna be regular enemies as well? Well, Octobo and Ghost Epitaph, I think, not so bad actually, but these guys is a problem. These guys hit like a truck. Thankfully, I remember their weakness, which is great that Dita's here. They actually are susceptible to blind, so we're just gonna do that. Boom, boom.
Are you ready?
Okay, preemptive strike actually saved us quite a bit there. Looks like, well, this is one of those classic video game moments where you'll like, look how buff we've come since our previous adventures, because these guys, well, they weren't super hard, but they weren't exactly easy. Like, we didn't just mop them that lickety-split, so... But now, I guess just a few levels on our belt, and now we can handle these guys handily. Ooh, what's that guy? A little baby egg. Mini egger. A small, soft-bodied monster. Fuses with its own kind. Explodes when defeated. Oh dear. Oh dear. Water and earth are the weaknesses here. wondering if I should drop one of these on them. Don't have water or earth with Estelle, actually, so I have very low power ones. Let's just chaincraft, I guess. There we go. Catch 3 of them, so I think at that point it's worth it to do this big boy chaincraft. And look at that, also nice, because... Okay, good, avoided the blaster zones. Huzzah! And then it's just this mini boy. Oh, you silly guy. Die. Oh my god, okay. So those guys are just basically walking explosions, huh? They're just designed to, like, pop and do damage. Okay. Man, I thought that Chloe was close to level up, but looking at it now, everybody else is way closer to clearing the level. She's taking a while. I would really like her to get the level up before we bump into an encounter with, I don't know, a dragon, for example. Something similarly threatening. Ah! Alright. You're here as well, huh? Kind of an interesting encounter, this area. Or, like, interesting area to have like a linear path we're going through, and we're kind of like doing these guys as little mini-bosses, I guess, so... We can expect Octobone to show up as well. I don't know why the eggs were there. That was kind of a weird... setup there, but sure. There we go. These guys look like they're gonna crack pretty easily as well. Mold monster animating a corpse. Is that what they've been this whole time? Good heavens. That's, it's pretty spooky. Dang it. Trying to figure out spells to drop on them. I guess I'll just do a dark matter. You know what? Just bully them with regular attacks for a bit. They look like they didn't seem too bad to fight like this, so... Ah, okay. Ah, that's annoying. Not sure why I'm casting Dark Matter. I don't know. A bit of variety here on what we do. Oh, nice. Big Demagios, though. Ah! Rude. Kind of a funny animation, though. I won't deny. Let's see. Let's hit with some big moves now. For a bit, because we got the CP. Oh, the break! Oh, that's not that impressive. Alright. Yeah, but we can wear these guys down with regular attacks, looks like. Yeah, I remember the ghost epitaphs weren't that bad. Neither were the Octobones. It was really those Blade Fangs were the biggest threat. Was my recollection. Formic acid. Oh, and then the guy does this just to be like, oh, so I've got a problem to you think? Try this on for size. Yeah, well, you try this, buddy. That could have gotten really ugly if, you know, that guy wasn't down to his last hit point with 2 guys petrified like that. Thankfully, turned out okay. I am looking at the clock, and this area is still going on for a bit. Oh, another Blade Fang. Never mind, I thought we'd have fights against all of the enemies, like, one time. As a, like, oh, hey, look, here's these guys you fought before. Apparently not, so, yeah. So, yeah, looking at the clock, we're kind of done here. I'm going to call it here. Next time... Well, I don't know how long this cavern's going to go, but it's a simple cavern to, like, track, so I imagine it'll wrap up fairly fast, so we should be throwing down with that dragon next time. Hopefully it really won't come down to us killing the guy. I think it won't. We had that cutscene where the dragon was talking to Weissman and Loeb, so strongly suspect that this dragon's going to be a reasonable chap once we remove the gospel on it. Will there be a boss fight against it? You know, before that, you know, a little bit of gameplay action to fight the guy before we can remove the gospel. Yeah, I'm kind of expecting that, so still a little bit freaked out by what's coming, but should be exciting all the same. So please look forward to that next time, guys. Bye-bye!